Welcome to FXStreet. If you like what we're doing here, if you like our videos, please join us on YouTube. Hit the subscribe button and join us, and you'll get all the videos as they get pumped out. Specifically, if you like what we are talking about, my co-host and I, you can follow Akash at Magneco and myself at Just Analysis 1. Taking a look at Cardano. So Cardano weekly chart looks pretty funny. So I'm a GAN analyst, so I actually kind of love the setup here. So this is the weekly chart, and we're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 consecutive weeks of closes below the open. The RSI in the weekly remains bullish. The composite index, man, it's just, if it could dip a little lower, if it could dip to a low, if it could match the July 16th, week of July 16th low or lower, that creates some beautiful hidden bullish divergence. But at the same time, 49-day cycle, 7-week cycles, that's GAN's death zone. Things often reverse around there. So time cycle wise, that is something that I'm looking at. There's a lot of support at, at the $2 level. You got the 50% fib retracement and the Kijun Sen. So that's there. On the daily chart, I mean, it's just I don't even know what you want to say about this. This is just miserable. It's like 30 straight days of tighter and tighter constriction. It is technically very bearish because it's below every single Ichimoku level. It's below the cloud, so it's below span A and B. It's below the Tenkan Sen, it's below the Kijun Sen. And the lagging span's below the candlesticks. Not an open space, but it's below the candlesticks. So everything here is very bearish, but it's been like that for a week. I mean, we're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 consecutive days below the cloud. So that's very bearish. However, as bearish as it is, the short sellers or bears have been unable or unwilling to push it any lower. I mean, it seems like if this was a stock, if this was a stock market, this looks like a very clear floor development at a psychological price level of $2. This is a normal accumulation zone, it looks like. This is like Dow Theory 101 going on here. So, I mean, on the downside, I see any close. I was like saying around $2, but it just keeps getting really defended at below 202. There's a close below $2.02. I think that's when you start to see it hit 190 and possibly down into that 170 zone as like a flash dip of sorts. But the breakout here is coming up, I think, for the long side. One thing Cardano has going for it that not a lot of cryptos have right now is that most cryptocurrencies that have been in strong trends for the last 30 days, they are at or near the extremes of their optics bands, meaning that like the momentum there is stretched and it's thinning out and that it's likely to come down. Cardano's really on the opposite end of that spectrum. It's near the extremes of its lows and it's just starting to trend up. And over the next 4 days, the cloud rises, and then we get close to this Kumo twist on the 27th or the 28th, between the 27th and 28th of October. So around basically the 27th and 28th, well, I should say actually between the 26th and the 28th of October, because we've been really flat here, we could see a very, very substantial spike up and out of the cloud towards that $5 level. So I'm looking at $1.70 on the low end and the $5 range on the high end, but there needs to be a close above the cloud. So once there's a daily close, like at 136 or higher, 236 or higher, then I'm very bullish. But until then, things look like they're just going to continue this really dull, frustrating, consolidative range. I don't know what you see, Akash.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I am kind of looking at this bearish outlook for Cardano. I kind of moved.
How dare you? How dare you? Take it back. You take that back.
I think you're I think since you like Cardano so much, that's why you're a little bullish.
I'm a little
But
bullish. I'm really
yeah.
bullish.
Right. So for me, I'm looking at this pennant, which really fits into this bearish pennant pattern here. So let me just point out this massive resistance level here at 2.38. Jonathan was looking at something 2.36. And these two support levels here at 1.98 or the $2 level and the 1.90 support levels are really what's important. Right. So going forward, what I'm expecting for Cardano is to break lower because obviously like there's a lot of uh, consolidation that's happening here. And as Jonathan mentioned, probably around 26, 27 or 28, there's going to be a Kumo twist. And hopefully it breaks lower. Right. So there are two scenarios I'm looking at. As you can see here, with this being the base, 1.90 being the base, right? We formed one tap, two tap, and I'm expecting it to form the third tap here. And this could evolve into a triple tap setup where Cardano like really flies off, right? But for me, for this, the confirmation of an uptrend, right? I wanted to close about 2.38 and see how it reacts around 2.50 to probably go long. But other than that, I'm not touching Cardano in between these levels here. I'm probably long here with a really tight stop loss below 1.90. But other than that, nothing. So if we do kind of Cardano loses the 1.90 level here, if you see daily close below this, then I'm expecting it to come down to 1.53. But I'm also going to be observing not this level here. This was the symmetrical triangle. Right, so I'm going to be observing 1.68 to 1.72 here, the liquidity pool. Right, so these two levels are going to be my first levels to watch. Beyond this, it's 1.53.
Okay, so you
these are
see
bearish targets. Yeah.
your low end, you see 1.53 to between 1.5 and 1.7. And I see it around 1.7 to 1.9. And then, so you're not bullish. You're dead to me, by the way. But if you have any long entries, you are kind of looking at 238 up there above that as the mode that it'll take to go on the long side. Where did you say what your target was on the long side of the market?
So 30 is probably double top here at 3.11. And I'm expecting a minor pullback up here. If we do manage to close above this and then go higher, I'll be looking at these two levels first. The liquidity resting above these highs over here. But if we do clear that, then it's probably like a double topish formation where we kind of pull back a little bit, gather some steam and probably go higher. All right. So this part is obviously I'm not going to predict what's going to happen here. But if we do manage to close about 2.38 and these two levels here are 2.8, then it's 3.1.
All right.
This is the top of my bull target.
Well, I suppose that's okay. But all right. Well, cool. Well, thank you, everybody. If you liked what we're doing, please, again, like and subscribe, and we look forward to speaking with you in our future videos.